Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there was a king named Ryan. His queen, Sophia, was a kind and gentle woman. The king had two sons, the elder, Prince Hayden, and the younger, Prince Jasper. It was the queen's tradition to invite fairies whenever a child was born, so they could reveal glimpses of the child's future. When Queen Sophia gave birth to her next child, a beautiful daughter named Aurora, she invited all the fairies to a grand dinner. As the fairies were leaving, the queen asked, "Please, don't forget your tradition. Tell me what's written in Aurora's destiny." The fairies hesitated. One of them, Fairy Alina, said, "Your Majesty, we've left our book of fortunes at home. We'll return to tell you later." Sophia, anxious, pleaded, "You must tell me the truth now." At last, the fairy admitted, "Aurora will bring great trouble to her brothers and may even put their lives at risk. That is all we can reveal." The queen was devastated. The king noticed her distress immediately. When he asked why, she quickly lied, saying it was from a burn from the fireplace. But the king, wise and patient, saw through every excuse. Finally, when no other lie worked, Sophia confessed the fairy's prophecy about Aurora. The king's face darkened. "Then the only way to protect our sons is to get rid of this child immediately," he finished grimly. But the queen screamed, "I'd rather die than let such cruelty happen." At that moment, a servant whispered to her about an old hermit in a nearby forest who might have a solution. "I will go to him. Perhaps he can save our daughter," Sophia decided. Early the next morning, she rode in a white carriage, escorted by her two loyal maids. They reached the hermit, who greeted them kindly. Sophia explained the fairy's warning. The hermit advised, "Lock Aurora in a tower and never let her leave. That's the only way to keep her safe." Sophia returned and told the king everything. He built a tall tower and had Aurora confined there under watchful eyes. Her brothers, Hayden and Jasper, visited her daily, showering their love on their sister. Over the years, Aurora grew into a charming and radiant 16-year-old, her only companion the quiet solitude of her tower. When the king and queen fell ill and passed away, Prince Hayden was crowned king. His first decree? To free Aurora. The brothers went to her tower and found her embroidering. "Brother, I've been waiting for you," she said softly. "Take me out of here. I've been so lonely." The brothers led her from the tower to a wondrous palace, full of flowers, fountains, and life. Her little dog, Pixie, a pink, one-eared companion, bounded ahead, leading her into adventure. Exploring, Aurora spotted a magnificent peacock displaying its vibrant feathers. She exclaimed, "I will marry only the Peacock King, and no one shall harm him." Despite the brothers' doubts, they promised to find the Peacock King for her. They left a portrait of Aurora behind and set off on a journey across lands unknown. They traveled far, through buzzing swarms of mosquitoes and distant kingdoms, until finally they reached the Peacock Kingdom, where even the clothes of the people shimmered with peacock feathers. There, the Peacock King, a handsome young man adorned with a robe and crown of peacock feathers, greeted the brothers. Seeing Aurora's portrait, he exclaimed, "He's the most beautiful girl in the world." The brothers arranged the marriage, confident in Aurora's beauty matching the painting. They were imprisoned temporarily to ensure their sister's safe arrival, and letters were sent to Aurora. Aurora, thrilled, prepared for the journey across the sea with her nanny, her dog Pixie, and treasures of gold and music. But the cunning governess, Mara, tried to betray her, attempting to throw her into the sea to pass off her own daughter as Aurora. Miraculously, Aurora's phoenix feather bed floated safely. After 2 days at sea, exhausted, she was rescued by a kind old man. She entrusted her dog Pixie to gather food from the city's best cooks. Pixie cleverly stole the finest food from the king's kitchen to feed Aurora. The king, confused, watched as day after day his meals mysteriously vanished. The king's minister finally followed Pixie to the old man's hut and discovered Aurora alive and well. The king and the Peacock King rejoiced as Aurora was reunited with her brothers. Mara and her daughter were imprisoned for their deceit. Aurora and the Peacock King were married in a grand celebration lasting 15 days. Aurora, with Pixie always by her side, finally enjoyed the happiness she deserved.